I thought I would just share with you a bit of a roundup of some of the things that are happening over here in the United Kingdom, and I'm sure they're all happening in the same parts of the world. We often speak about wokery, don't we, and cancel culture here on the show. Well, it's fascinating, isn't it, to see these particular companies that decide to go down this route. Time and time again, they won't learn their lesson, of course, because they've employed all of these very much tick-boxy diversity people. And first of all, I've got to tell you that the beautiful medieval city of York in North Yorkshire is a wonderful destination if you're coming over here to the United Kingdom, simply oozing with history and, some wonderful tours, talks and walking guides all around. As I say, if you want to go somewhere really interesting, York would be definitely on the list. But apparently it's not diverse enough. Yes, a recent report by the Labour-run group said it's lacking in diversity, we're not at all friendly, and the bottom line is, it doesn't really sort of tick the merit boxes that they want. What they really mean is we're just way too British, we're not tick boxy, we're not inclusive, whatever that means. So a TV channel sent up a reporter to ask locals who've had businesses there for over 30 years from all walks of nationalities and backgrounds. Guess what? They've had no problem, had a wonderful time there, and on the whole, they find people of York absolutely wonderful. You see how this works now. They just want to erode Britishness, I'm sure you'll all agree. Again, another company that hit the woke meter, as it were, was none other than the soap company Lush. Well, it looks like things are not flush for Lush because recently they've undergone very much some woke marketing. Their most recent one was to advertise in their windows that refugees are welcome. Well, refugees might be welcome, but they're simply not spending in Lush's stores. This is a company that has all those very, very exclusive and expensive bars of soap. The sort of place where you need a second mortgage before you can buy anything. And I knew a man that made soap for a living for many years, and he told me there are basically two ingredients, a colour and a perfume, and the rest is simply carbolic soap. So obviously you're buying a lot of expensive stuff for nothing. But guess what? Despite all of their ticky-boxy refugees are welcome stuff, their profits are down worldwide and 10% in the last 6 months over here in the United Kingdom. Do you think they'll ever get the message? And finally, if you are living here in the United Kingdom, there's been a rallying cry from a former government minister, Brandon Lewis. Brandon Lewis, who's shed a lot of weight and been openly speaking about his mental health issues. Clearly not over yet by the looks of things, because he's recently announced that we people here in the United Kingdom should open our doors to the refugees, the migrants that are climbing off the boats illegally, to ease the hotel problem of putting all of these migrants up at a great cost to the British taxpayer. The problem is, you see, that they're coming in without any papers, any checks, no criminal background checks, and as we've seen a rise in crime, etc., there aren't too many people actually opening their doors to this particular idea. They did it rather successfully for the people of Ukraine. They were genuine refugees. These people are illegal arrivals. But like all good people, of course, Brandon Lewis, will he be taking in refugees into his own house? Well, apparently no, it's a security issue, so we simply can't do it. You get the picture. And finally, let's finish on some good news, because if you are a fan, and I don't know many royal watchers who are not fans of this, which is, of course, Lieutenant Colonel Johnny Thompson, doing an incredible job by His Majesty the King's side. Previously, of course, a great support to our late and beautiful monarch, Queen Elizabeth II. As you know, he popped up on Pengate, solved that problem quite quickly, didn't he? But according to a very good source who bumped into him recently in civilian clothes outside Buckingham Palace around the coronation time, well, he's a little bit shy and at times feels that he's a little bit nervous, particularly on major state public occasions. Now, I don't know about you, I've got a lot of sympathy for him, because you would be nervous, wouldn't you? Let's be honest. But of course, he has a plethora of female fans out there who truly adore Major Johnny. And the bottom line is, according to that very good source, a lot of people want to know how and, if they could buy a signed picture, a mug, or indeed a poster. Now, truthfully, ladies, are you one of them? I'd love to know. As ever, let me know your thoughts to this and all of those stories that are breaking out of the United Kingdom right here, right now. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.